Yeah, now this has been quite an introduction to Vana in her pre-Hydaelyn days. So, what do you say we keep on going? Let's go ahead and continue speaking with Vana to take on the level 87 main story quest entitled Witness to the Spectacle. Vana is musing over your recent findings. At present, the strongest link we have to the final days is the power of Dynamis and the Entelechies which can control it. Yet most scholars are only vaguely aware of these terms, let alone study them in any depth. Except for Hermes, it seems. Thus, I'm inclined to stay our current course, and learn all we can about the Chief Overseer and his familiar. And on that subject, was there aught else of note you can tell me about Meteion, aside from her unorthodox method of communication? How about her unorthodox appearance? There are more unlike her, she has sisters. Or she and her sisters were created to journey the stars in search for intelligent life. I rather wish you had mentioned that earlier. In any event, would you care to elaborate? Well, I can from what I've learned. So these siblings of hers now travel the great expanse in search of deeper meaning. How many of them are there? Thank you. Though the mystery at hand remains unresolved, I feel you've touched upon a vital clue, one we should keep in mind as we continue. Next, I propose we take ourselves to Peripetia Crystalline, not far from here. Just follow the path to the west. Alright. So why did you walk to the east? People can be so confusing sometimes. While I'm here... yeah, let's pick up any aether currents we can find. Is this going to be at the base of the... whoa. Yeah, is it possibly at the base, or is it somewhere further along? Yeah, it's going to be higher. Can I get from where I am? It looks like I am able to. Yeah, let's trying to not worry about the hippo surface. We pick up this aether current that is conveniently located at the top of the waterfall. Yeah, back off, ugly. We'll be taking this. Any others close by? 347 southeast, but for now we'll just focus on Vana. So here she is, right over here. And so... the tower and the one further along are both part of Peripetia Crystalline, the facility where they archive all of Elpis' observation and testing records. Despite how they appear from the outside, the interior is actually a vast area of magically interconnected spaces, which, while fascinating, is not the reason we are here, is it? I shall cut my architectural lesson short and see what those two archivists have to share. If you could find someone to speak over at the other tower, I shall join you there anon. Alright. So now we're going south, so it looks like we very well could be speaking with someone we need to hear from. Or rather, and on top of that, getting myself another aether current. Oops, nope, wrong. Now we'll head up over here first. Hello there, sir. You have questions for me? Certainly. Just a moment while I conclude my current appointments. With this gentleman. So as we chill out for a while. Indeed. So if you could provide a comprehensive log of those behaviors, we should then have sufficient data for our official records. And away he goes. Now for me. Now, what was it you wished to speak with me about? Step forward there, Rika. Allow me to explain to you why I'm here. The Chief Overseer's personal research project. And by that, I assume you mean Meteion? So you have heard of it. And have heard of her. Such undocumented studies are difficult to track. After all, hardly a day goes past without seeing a researcher trailed by one creation or another. I'm afraid I cannot tell you exactly when Meteon appeared, only that she now spends much of her time at Chief Hermes' side. Yeah, undocumented? So there's definitely more going on here. Although, I do recall an interesting tale my dearest Ghislaine shared with me. Yeah, could you introduce me to her? Ah, Ghislaine is my partner and a fellow researcher here in Elpis. She was returning late one night when she caught sight of Chief Hermes sending Meteon Heavensward, a host of them. For several days, she would speak of that scene with wonder, describing it as one of the most beautiful spectacles she had ever witnessed. That sounds like a story I should like to hear. Ah, Vana, perfect timing. Glad you can make it. Mistress Vana, I thought you had already returned to the surface. Isn't this considered the surface? Permit me to thank you again for your invaluable contribution to our concept placement proposal. Pray do not mention it. As you say, my original plan was to leave after that task, but I have since become engrossed with Chief Hermes' research. Would you favor me with a retelling of the sight which delighted your Ghislaine? Of course. Or you could hear it from her lips directly if you prefer. Oh, where is she? Over there? At present, she should be observing a subject in Metabasos Thalassae. She does enjoy her time there, watching the sea creatures hunt and play, gazing upon the salty waters of the world's oceans, recreated in such sublime detail. I imagine you must find similar joy in divulging or indulging your boundless curiosity, Mistress Vana. Even though such pursuits must continuously and regretfully delay your return to the star. Ah. Indeed they do. 'Tis a rest well deserved, and long overdue, I should think. How greatly have we prospered for the wisdom you have accumulated during your travels as Azem. And what would Elpis be without your earlier academic work? The theories you developed served as the basis of many of the techniques still in use today. Man is a creature of contemplation, but none embody that nature with as much enduring passion as you. Aye, there is not a soul alive more worthy of a return. I shall rejoice the day you depart on your final journey. I will be honored. And so... Well, shall we take this opportunity to meet with Ghislaine in person? I would be delighted. Then allow me to reconfigure the door to the archives here. It will take you up to the Skyway and spare you the need to avoid hostile concepts on the ground. Wow, that's cool. That would be most helpful, thank you. He's married already there, Bubba. Yeah, he's already taken. Alright, I'm ready. I have opened the path to the Skyway. Once you pass through the door, simply walk straight across to the next tower and ask for admittance to the upper tier. Upon arriving at the upper tier, walk straight across the Skyway and you will find yourself at the entrance to Metabasos Thalassae. Ghislaine will be eager to share her tale with you, I am sure. And so away we go. And so this is what it looks like. Feels pretty mean to be driving there, but we gotta get there quickly. Hello there. Mistress Vana, just passing through? Then allow me to prepare the path. If you need further assistance, there is always an observer or two out on the upper Skyway. Yeah, that's kind of true. So as we continue further along... Hey, there are lampposts here. What else have they conceived? Now over to this unhurried observer. Mistress Vana, I was told not to expect. We would have prepared an official welcome. Vana takes a little laugh. Please, there is no need for fanfare. I only wish to speak with Ghislaine, if that might be arranged. Yes, Ghislaine, of course. I will inform her immediately. Ah, but she may be engaged in a testing phase. You could be in for something of a wait. Should I let her know your business is urgent? That won't be necessary. This lovely view will keep us occupied until she is ready to receive us. And so away she goes, and so I guess we just chill out for a while. No bench to sit on and chill out on. We just get the beautiful view.
A delightful breeze and a breathtaking view.
Yeah, let's look at all of this. With a purple sky in the background.
What is it like in the future? Is the world still a beautiful place?
Depends on your definition. It's more beautiful here. Yeah, with what's going on in the world right now, some parts yes, others not so much.
Dark hidden places, rife with danger. Those have an altogether different, but no less powerful sort of appeal. While we wait, will you not tell me about your adventures?
I guess I can. As well as those of my predecessors.
Which led you here, but the simple delights all your own.
If you're yours.
By learning about the future world, I may gain insight into future me's plans.
We were revealing way too much here.
But more than that, I have an interest simply as a fellow traveler. Short of going somewhere oneself, there's naught more stirring than hearing another's account.
Yeah, so here's everything that's happened over 8 years. Yeah, a lot happened in that time. It certainly got Vana laughing to some extent, but Rika's like, no. And then Vana's like shocked. And then stuff like this happened, and stuff like that happened. And then Horshafont died. Yeah, it just goes on and on.
Incredible. Would that I could have been there to see it. Yours is a harsh and unforgiving world. Yet in spite of this, your brethren hold fast to their virtue. To know that the light of mankind's potential still shines, even in that faraway place, it gives me heart.
I'm glad it does.
Thank you for regaling me with your tales. I will treasure every word.
Yeah, I wonder if he'll even remember any of them.
As you know, I was once a scholar. And among other things, I sought to understand the workings of the world. What exactly is ether? How formed the laws of nature? Whence sprung mankind? Riddles and mysteries beyond counting. Over the years, I have managed to find answers to some few of them. Yet rather than attain a sense of mastery, the more I understood, the more I came to hold the world and its miracles in awe. We too are miracles, each and every one of us, born of the warm breath of life that traverses the heavens, swirling through eternity.
Yeah, too bad there are people like you who think completely differently.
When I fully grasped the improbability of our existence, nothing felt impossible anymore. If it could be imagined, it could be done. A passion swelled within me. An epiphany dispelling all preconceptions of what was natural and true. And a presence without. Immense, yet intimate. Fate, perhaps, holding us in its tender embrace. as reassuring as it was intimidating. How keenly aware I became of creation's fragility, built as it is upon precarious happenstance. I was overcome with an irrepressible urge to know the world more intimately, to hear its voice, feel its breath.
And you'll end up feeling it even more.
I ventured forth on a journey that very day, so very long ago now. Freed from presumption and prejudice, I saw the world through a newborn's eyes. Everything fresh and new, and so beautiful. Lands that stretched on forever. Skies one could drown in. The heartbeat of nature, silent yet strong. And amidst it all a people. Beacons of light and life. Laughter that warmed my heart like naught else before.
Maybe that's why you ultimately became what you did. Because you were so desperate to hold on to that.
And my purpose. My love. And so long as they need help, I cannot return to the star. Perhaps my future self is still waiting for it. The moment she can let go and walk unto the end. Safe in the knowledge that man will find his own way. You, who are our future, tell me this, and tell me true. Has your journey been good? Has it been worthwhile?
Considering I've been playing this game for 7 years, and soon will be 8. I have to think long and hard about this one.
Pray forgive my lateness.
But before I can get it out of my system... Hi there, Ghislaine, yeah. I guess you picked a really bad time to cut short this tender moment.
My observation subject was rather irritable, and it took a while to settle it down.
No need to apologize. Your work takes precedence. Besides, we had a pleasant conversation in the meantime.
Even if you interrupted it.
You're too kind. Now then, I'm told you wished to ask me some questions.
Indeed. I've an interest in one of Hermes' creations. Meteion. You witnessed a host of them take flight, yes?
Oh, that! Yes, I did. 'Twas in the dark of the morn. I'd left the Thalassai after nocturnal observation. As I walked along, I spied a bright light climbing high into the southeastern skies. Then, in an instant, it was gone. Like a shooting star, only rising rather than falling. But then another shot up, then another, and another. Intrigued, I made my way to the edge to investigate. And who should I spy on an isle to the south but Hermes and Meteion, the Metea, rather.
In plural.
There were lots of them, and I realized they must be the shooting stars that I'd seen.
A dazzling spectacle indeed. Have you spoken with Hermes about this?
Oh, yes. The sight left such an impression on me that I approached him about his mystery project the very next day. Alas, he said that he couldn't reveal anything just yet, that he needed to conduct further tests. It shouldn't be long now, though.
What are we gonna see?
He often returns to that isle, and I have a feeling he's nearing a breakthrough.
Yeah, how do we react to this?
Splendid. We are likewise eager for the details. Well, that is all we wish to ask. Thank you for taking the time to indulge our curiosity.
You're very welcome. It's always a pleasure to speak with other inquisitive souls. Oh, and will you be descending now? If so, I shall link the doors for you.
Please.
Alright, you go ahead and do that there, Ghislaine. As the stars are now out. Yeah, we were certainly at that for a while, weren't we? Alright, Vana.
So, another piece of the puzzle falls into place. From what we have learned thus far, I think we can safely conclude that Hermes hasn't been revealing the details of his research to others.
Doesn't seem like it.
Which suggests that either someone will appropriate his discoveries and make use of them, or that Hermes himself will have a hand in causing the final days. Since we have no reason yet to suspect the former, we should consider the latter the more likely possibility. Proceeding under that assumption, our next step should be to divine why, or even if, he might desire such a terrible fate for our star.
And so with that, we'll take our experience, 1,194 gil, and also a level 86 helmet.